Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I want to just see if I can just talk with you for a few moments. I want to reflect a little bit. Maybe there's a learning. Freedom, the ability to do what you want to do when you want to do it and how you want to do it. That kind of freedom is available. They say it comes with a price, and that price is that in your freedom, it does not jeopardize or interfere with the freedom of another. And as long as it doesn't do that, then that's what freedom is. Freedom. I think about all of the things that people can do in society by way of observing what they do. And incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, my professional training is as a social scientist. So the things that I do apply in the search for the truth really is something that's very important to me and very serious. And I do that because I owe it to myself and I owe it to you to give you the best that I can get. And when I say I can get, that's exactly what I mean. I can get. And we each desire the best life. We see it on TV. You know, if we never saw it, we dream about it sometimes. I remember being in the cotton fields of Mississippi, and the only thing that was before I had a television or anything like that. So the only time you got a chance to really see something outside of what you were exposed to all the time was in Sears and Roebuck catalog or some other magazine. And you dream one day you'd be able to experience these kinds of things, and not knowing that other people have dreamed these same dreams and gone through their whole entire lives and died, never experiencing any of these things. And even if we did, we always tell ourselves that we were better. We were going to be what they weren't. And then we achieve certain things, some of us, and some of us don't. And we go through life just like everybody else. I'm thinking, what causes this stuff? And I want to do something about it. Seriously, do something about it. Because I recognized a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, that there was something that was missing in society. And I think I know what it is, because there was a time I knew that there was something missing. However, I had an encounter, run-in with it. You see, as I see it, ladies and gentlemen, we are people who have been taught to be exactly who we are. Some of us have been taught to be just like Donald Trump and all of those that follow Donald Trump. And they're not all rednecks. They're sitting up as senators in the House of Representatives. In fact, they're sitting right there, or had been sitting right there in the White House. So we're not trying to say they are rednecks, but they have a personality that goes to the deepest end you can get with lying, cheating, stealing, and killing, and dividing, and destroying. You call those traits of the devil in American religiosity. These kinds of things represent evil. They represent the devil. And you got these people all across the country that believe just like that. Man, you got some people who don't go that far. They believe like that too. They are all conservatives. The most are white in America. They don't go that far, but they believe in that direction of what conservative is about. And then there are those who don't go that far. Still, they maybe not. They're just Republicans now. Republicans. We got the Trumpers. That's what we got going on in the world in America today. Then you got those who are not as far Trumpers. Then you got just Republicans, and then maybe what you might call center. Okay, Now, the difference between these regular Republicans and Donald Trump is that Donald Trump got less compassion for you than the others. The others, they don't have full compassion for you. They just don't. They got a little bit more than Donald Trump. Okay, on the other side, you got the Democrats, right? Now, in the Senate Democrat, they kind of like the Republicans. They care about you. They don't go all the way over there. All the way over there is where you got nothing, but you're willing to have everything, but you got nothing. The reason that the Republicans at the extreme, or any Republican conservative, does not like the liberal, because they got these people over here don't care about it. They don't care about you. This Republicans, they just don't care. Democrats care a little bit more, a lot more than the Republicans, but they don't care enough. See, so all the way across the board, you got people participating in all of that is missing for some. Now, I made a choice in my life, and that is that I wanted to know what it's really like, the pain of not having access and efforts being ignored of trying to get access, and watch all that exists and watch to determine what comes to your rescue or what is out there for a particular cause such as that. So this, as a social scientist, tells me a lot. It tells me that people talk about God and they use God. They use God like a dirty rag. They pimp God. They do everything but trust God. And why do they believe in God? Because they don't know God. They don't even want to know God. You got a government, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, I want to tell you these here things because I want you to live. And I'm talking about changing this system of government. There is no way this system of government, there are certain things in this system of government that could be used in heaven, but there are a lot of things that wouldn't. And those things that could, there's nothing wrong with them per se. It's just how they're used, the way they're being manipulated, and they're causing the pain and suffering because they're not used the right way, the proper way. And so this is what I strive to see change in the society. But you can't do it because you do not know God. You believe in God. It's easy to believe in God. You believe in Santa Claus. Why do you believe in Santa Claus? Because it's the same reason your children believe in Santa Claus, because you're teaching them about Santa Claus. Somebody told you about Jesus. You read about Jesus. You hear people preach about Jesus. Santa Claus does give you something. What does Jesus give you? You go to the preacher, he lay hands on you, you walk out. If you walk in, you walk out. If you came in by some other means, now I don't know how they got you out of that chair, but you're going to be right back in it very soon. And when they come there healing you with this cancer stuff, you're going to be dying from cancer pretty soon or whenever. So all of this stuff, my friends, is something that you have to consider. What's going on? What's going on? And if you really try to just figure it out, you're not going to come up with an answer because there's nothing that you can figure out. It got to be revealed to you. Now, I'll tell you this because that's how it happened to me. It was revealed to me. How was it revealed to me? In a miracle. What do I mean? I mean something happened before me, for me, that no human being could do. No human being could do. It was right there on the spot. Yet, I couldn't see the provider. I know it was a spirit. And so that spirit had proven to me beyond any form of doubt that it was superior to any human being, because no human being could have done that. It was superior to all. And it substantiated what I had already concluded was a manifestation of spiritual power in the existence of all that I know to exist. And I'm sure you feel the same way. You know no human being had anything to do with the making of this earth. And so when I look at this, and I look at the people, and I look at what happened to George Floyd, which was an indication to the world about power structure and what it was designed to do. When I look at the protest and how the power structure responded. When I look at the protest by white power structure, how they were sent home and said, we love you. Stand by, stand down. When I look at all that, nobody getting beat up and getting arrested like that. And I'm thinking about these kinds of things. And I'm thinking about the people have voted the worst out, Trump out. And they are replacing it with what they have had before. Yes, they are bringing in a few more people, doing a few more things than have been done in the past. But it reminds me of affirmative action. Affirmative action moves some benefits to a place where it had been denied. But when those benefits were denied where they were moved from, the people who now didn't have these benefits, they had the same pain and suffering of the others who didn't have the benefits in the beginning. So you haven't helped it. You haven't done anything. You helped one and started the pain of another. So what kind of living is that? Somebody got to lose. So that's why they divide you and get you mad. But this power, my friend, that I tell you about, the one that is responsible for this earth, is also responsible for you. Now, I know you have been taught to believe that you got to have a leader. Somebody got to sit on the throne. And there's nothing wrong with someone sitting on the throne. But make sure that that one that sits on that throne represent you. And make sure that you are not an embarrassment. Make sure that your representation and caring reaches all across the country. All across the country. What you wish for yourself, you wish nothing less for anybody else. You see what I'm saying? Every last one of you. This is what you were made to do. You came here with the gift. Something, ask yourself, what is it, if I could do anything in the world what would it be? If I could just choose anything I want to do, what would it be that gives me my greatest joy, make me feel complete? What would it be? Whatever you come up with, ladies and gentlemen, if that is true, then that's what you came in the world to do. And the world system should be designed in such a way that nothing prevents you from nourishing that gift, preparing yourself to exercise that gift, so that we, the nation's people, could benefit from that gift. Not through robbery, not like they did with the computers, not like they did with the television, not like they did with the internet. Everybody got to pay so much money. No, ladies and gentlemen, this stuff was given freely. Not one genius came here with some genius that was their own. They brought some genius with them for a purpose, to serve a purpose for humanity, not to come here and play a game for some gangsters. You know, when you look at your preacher got a mansion and he got jets and stuff, and tell you to plant $1,000 seeds. Now you know they're ripping you off, right? Of course you know they're ripping you off, but you go along with it. You go along with it because you know the systems of the world are doing the same thing. They are ripping you off. They are claiming resources and allowing to exist people to claim resources that they had nothing to do with creating. Now they got titles to it. Now they manipulate and furnish it, manage it by using the funds of the people who invest in it. And so everybody get a cut. Everybody get a cut except those that's left out who can't participate because they don't have the training. They don't have the education. Ooh, I'm talking a long time. They don't have the education. They don't have the training. So they just left out. So now you got somebody living on Peel Hill or on one side of the railroad track, somebody else living on the other side of the railroad track. See, the power that I tell you about, ladies and gentlemen, is not for that kind of stuff. No. The people who are for that kind of stuff, They have baited you. You have always known from the beginning when you were a baby how to live peaceful and joyous. That's how you used to play like that. But as you grew up, you were trained to be another kind of way. Now, what you were being trained is to catch on to what your parents caught on to, what their parents caught on, and all the way to the thing of it is when they started using money, the money was the thing to say, okay, everything that you've been doing, working together to accomplish, now you can get this money and you can have access to all of that other stuff, and you don't have to be cooperating with anybody. You don't have to be dealing with those over there because you're better than they are. You're superior. You deserve more. So now, all of a sudden, now you're getting that money in order for them to supply you with the benefits. They got to rip and con people off. That's where poverty comes from. That's exactly where poverty comes from. Now you have bought into it, the money scheme. Now you're being paid money to play their game as opposing to play God's game. Now, what you do, you say, I believe in God. But you going to church with your little looking good or raggedy if you ain't got nothing, and talking about God woke me up this morning and I believe in God and I thank God for waking me up and giving me all that I got, or I'm praying to God to help me out, Lord. I want to tell you, those of you who are thanking God for everything that you got, good. Those of you who are suffering pain and agony from a lack thereof, I'm sorry, but that ain't gonna get it. Those people over there who supposedly saying they thank God, they don't thank God. That's all a con game. That's tradition. And you yourself, you don't thank God because you don't even know God. You just sitting up there begging God because you're listening to people to tell you about God. You have to give up and look inside of yourself, and you will find the information that will lead you to understanding the Godship of your life, that will allow you to be bigger than all the people you know. And how do you be bigger than all the people that you know? Is by loving everybody that you know and those you don't know. You can't be any bigger than that. And you can stand tall and walk your walk and talk your talk. You don't have to fear anybody. Why? Because you are a representation of the Almighty God living right there in you, standing up for what's right, standing up against the darkness. Don't care what darkness say. Golly, I talked 18 minutes. I know you're tired of me. I'm just going to cut off like that and say until next time.